this a project that is owned by you, or you are working in a kind of a governmental project? So can you share something on that line?
Yeah, so it was founded by my manager Leah, and I sort of took it under her wing and sort of ran with the idea. So it's literally a service that we're offering to anybody in Coventry, and to any schools, any young person. If you have a young person, or if there's a young person that you feel is difficult to engage with, that they feel like there's no understanding, bring that young person to us. We don't just offer this the MAP project. We also offer a service for young people to come and take part in sports here as well on 2 days in the week, where they can play football and activities, catering, and we also do activities outside. So that might be ice skating, skiing, and loads more.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, I don't know if I've asked you this before, I may have forgotten.
Yeah.
That do you know why these boys and girls are in the situation that they are, that they need your help? I mean, what lead to their situation?
Yeah.
Usually, most of the cases.
Yeah. So the Boys and Girls Club has it's always been here. It's run for many years now, but they wanted to add something to the club, the organisation. And I believe it's because they got to a stage where they also felt, okay, we've got the facilities. We need to get engaged with more young people now because we've got the facilities. And that's why they created this sort of project to add more value to what we stand by. And that's, helping out in the community, doing the right thing at the right time.
All right. Thank you for that, Richard. Now, knowing the situation of these people that need your help, that come there, no? One thing is to say, okay, you are hungry, I'll give you food to eat, no, so you are no longer hungry. But if I know that the root cause of your hunger is because in your house there is no money, no source of income, then maybe empowering you to get a job is better than giving you food, because if I give you food, I'm only resolving the problem only for today. So actually, what I'm trying to ask here is, knowing some of the problems that lead them to where they are before they come to you, what kind of solution do you think can be prescribed, at least to the average case, for example?
Yeah, I always use the whole selling the dream. Selling the dream. So if it's that they want to be a musician, we take some of our young people to professional recording studios so they can get a feel for it. They can look around and go, I want to do this full time. I want to do this. And then we also encourage bringing in people from the community who have, accolades, that they might have been professional rappers or footballers or sports stars or doctors, so then we bring them in-house. And then we also do a workshop called the ESF, where we get them ready for employability. So we prepare them. We do role play where we prepare them for interviews, paperwork, and how to dress, health and hygiene, smelling good, dressing good. So these are the tools we do actually do throughout the sessions.
So maybe, for example, one of the boy or girls that come to your club is interested in developing a personal passion. Maybe, for example, she's a musician, she likes music, but she wants to become not just singing, but produce music also for other people as a job. So she wants to become an entrepreneur. A thing like that, what kind of help do you have for the people?
Yeah, we've got, because we're such a big organisation in Coventry, it means we can kind of get our foot through many doors. Like we said, with big artists, with massive musical festivals, and we also get a budget as well, which is pretty cool. So fortunately, we've got the right links to make things happen because of the name that we have behind us and what we stand for. So we've often had guys that have come in as singers but have left as rappers, because we've engaged them and linked that partnership with a poet. So I would actually say there's nothing that we're unable to do in terms of allowing them to have a feel for a profession that they want to go into.
But now, say for example, somebody come in and this person doesn't even know what they want to do. How do you help them? How do you chat them into finding a purpose for their self? Because in the beginning we were talking about purpose, no, and that becomes very important for you. You find your purpose. But say a young person come into the club and he or she doesn't know her purpose in life, because not all of us know why we are here, no?
Yeah.
So how do you chat these people to finding a true reason inside of them that they want to pursue in life?
I'd always say that it's you shouldn't. Sometimes you don't always know what you want to do, but through conversation, you can kind of see talents trickling out without them even knowing. So there's been people here where they've not known what they want to do, but they've been pretty funny or humorous, or they're always, funny with every conversation. I've said, you should get into acting, or you should get into vlogging, or be a comedian. There's always traits that come out, but over time, they usually come up with the suggestion of something that they wouldn't mind doing.
Now, in terms of the project itself, what would you say is the primary mission? How would you describe it? How would you describe the mission in a very short way?
Yeah, I would say, as we said at the start, I'd definitely say changing the narrative and identifying the dream is what I would say. So it literally is changing the mindset, opening a new world that they haven't explored, to put them on a pedestal. That's it, really.
All right. Now, okay, you personally, you are running this project. You're having a very key role to play here. And like I said before, and I want to repeat it again, your role is very, very important, no?
Yeah.
That you are helping these young kids to find a route, to find a value in their life, no? This is very important. And then you also have a situation at home that you have to run and all that. How do you manage to do all this together? Because I don't see it to be a very simple thing to do, no?
Nah, this is where work-life balance kicks in. So this is where I make sure I'm focusing on my training. I like to run, I like to eat well, and socialize with family members and friends. But my work doesn't feel like work. It's my when you're living in purpose, it doesn't feel like work. It really doesn't.
And how do you keep yourself motivated to continue this work? Because sometimes all of us, we do have some down and some up moments sometimes, because it's not always up, sometimes it's also down.
Yeah.
So how do you encourage yourself? Because if you have to encourage others, you need to be encouraging for yourself too. So how do you do that?
Yeah, through reading and in every day exploring something new, whether that's new podcasts that I watch, whether that's new books. But ultimately what keeps me going is realizing that, I'm waving the flag not only for me and my career path, but for my mother, for one day when I have children. I'm building a legacy also for myself. So that's ultimately what keeps me going.
I just wanted to ask you something before I forget it. The demography that you concentrated, is it only the African diaspora, or any type of person is welcome?
Yeah, we have any sort of here. We have from Caribbean to African to Polish to Asian. It's all mixed.
How do you manage to deal with all this bubble, all of them put together? No, is it that easy for you?
Yeah. Love is a language we all can sort of communicate with, and that's the language that I use. So it's quite easy.
Thank you very much, Richard. I've asked you all the question I wanted to ask you, and I really appreciate the time. Now, to conclude the conversation, what would be a kind of a final message? It can be maybe something I didn't ask you to conclude it. So conclude it in your own way.
I think I would conclude it with what we touched base with in terms of finding your purpose. Identify if you're money-driven or purpose-driven, and walk with that. And the biggest thing I would say is small ripples create massive waves, and don't worry about how it looks currently. See the picture for what it's going to be. And if in any week or any month you can help at least, one person, then you've done a brilliant job throughout.
Thank you so much, Richard. It has been a pleasure on my part. Thank you.
Thank you for having me on board. I appreciate that.